So it's no secret that over the past few years, I've been able to break out of what some call the rat race and what others call the matrix. CNBC Millennial Money did a thorough, extensive report on how I made close to $4 million last year, and it's one of my goals where within the next few years, I'll hit the 8-figure mark at over $10 million. Now, most of you guys should already know, but just in case you don't, my journey did start with some humble beginnings. In the preparation of this video here, I literally found a screenshot of my TD bank account from back of 2015 where I had less than just $1,000 to my name. Now, granted, this was about 8 years ago, but my finances were still the same up until about, 4 to 5 years ago when I decided I had enough. After years of constantly worrying about money and watching my own parents struggle, I decided that I wanted to give this whole new thing I had heard about a few times called being an entrepreneur out a shot. Ever since I made that decision, I've been committed to grow nonstop and to hit goals that I set for myself. Through the miracles and blessings from the Lord and the perseverance over the last few years, I can finally now say that I've been able to accomplish many of the things that I thought were once impossible. This even starts with me being able to make just a couple $100,000 because even back then, I didn't think I would ever be the type of person who could ever make millions. Now, I'm sure you've all heard about the stories of people who made millions of dollars accidentally from investing into things like Bitcoin early on, or they invested into, one of the top growth stocks that have 1,000x over the last 5 years, or some people who win the lottery, or other people who have like parents that end up starting a traditional business and they got lucky and they made millions too. I mean, those stories are pretty bountiful, but you rarely hear of the story of the guy who started from nothing, started to document their journey, and have been able to show people that anything is possible from building up real cash generating businesses. The whole point I want to make is that if I can do it, you guys can too. The other day I was at the mall too. I ran into a subscriber. We talked for about 10 to 20 minutes and the conversation was really based about how she can be successful. Now, this girl asked a lot of great questions and I do appreciate the persistence and wanting to understand what this formula of success looks like and how I was able to master it. It's kind of crazy saying it out loud now, but I have made millions of dollars through one of the worst global pandemics that we've all gone through. It was amidst unknown times where we were all locked down. We were unable to leave our home, where I kept looking for opportunities. And when things started to get really bad, like I thought YouTube was done, I thought I'd have to go back to the 9 to 5, I decided to continue persevering, to continue giving it a shot. And it turns out it ended up being one of the best decisions I ever made. So look, if you missed the whole wave of the pandemic of people being able to make money, that's fine too, because right now we're actually going through one of the worst global economic recessions. And I believe if you're able to play your cards right, that over the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to be making more generational wealth than you ever would have been able to imagine in your entire life. They say the best time to invest or to start a business was yesterday. Maybe it was during the pandemic, or maybe it was 10 years ago when you had first heard about Bitcoin. That best time is gone, but the second best time to start anything is right now within this moment today. So to get uber rich in this market, I'm gonna share with you my own plans to make over $10 million at the ripe age of 26. And through that, I'm also gonna be giving you a step-by-step blueprint on what you need to be doing over this next 12-month period so that you can also prepare to make life-changing wealth as well. Things get serious when I bring out the glasses, so realize that some fire is about to be dropped in this video. So here are 4 actionable steps that you need to take in order to start today. And I call this the very own Brian Jung patented LIFT system. So L is gonna be learn and master a skill. Then you're gonna want to invest. You're also gonna be wanting to find a side hustle, and you're also gonna wanna take action. So let's break down what each and every single one of those things mean and why. Before starting anything, I believe the most important thing that you can do is to learn a skill. Thanks to the internet, thanks to YouTube, thanks to TikTok and all the resources we got, even the abundance of books that are available for us at still what I believe is a very ridiculous cost for the amount of ROI in growth and in knowledge that you get, is that you can learn a skill, because this is going to imply that you get the lowest risk versus some of the highest reward possible. A lot of people get ambitious when they hear, okay, I can make millions from Airbnb, I can do Amazon FBA, I can wholesale drop ship and do all that. All those things cost money, and that means that they're going to carry risk. So by first learning and mastering a skill, you have to realize that there is no upfront cost, but the potential is unlimited because you can end up finding a passion that you genuinely like that you can start monetizing. So Brian, what are some examples? How did I first start? Well, I actually first started with dropshipping. I would say dropshipping was one of the exceptions because I ended up learning and mastering many different skills from the use of trial and error. Back then, the first year that I started my company, I ended up making over $100,000 in revenue. And from that, in wearing many different hats, I've learned invaluable skills that kept on leveling me up, and it kept allowing me to start different ventures and growing during that time when I had nothing. People have this misconception like you gotta be Kevin O'Leary and Mark Cuban where you gotta have millions of dollars and you gotta invest into companies. That's a later stage. We're gonna be talking more about that a bit later on. But in the beginning, what I recommend you to do is to find a skill in something, get good at it, and to see how you can monetize it. So the first things that come to mind for me is even being more on the creator side, just because this is the field that I'm in. If you've ever had a passion in photography, in videography, you can learn how to master a camera, even learn how to use something that everyone has, an iPhone, to take really high quality videos or photos. And it's as simple as, even looking up some car dealerships within your area and let them know, hey, I can do this. How about $20 to $25 per car? I'll give you a gallery of 50 photos, high quality videos. I'll send them to you. And even right there, if you do the math, if they have the lot of 10 cars for that dealership, you give them some updated photos, they win because they're gonna be getting even more business from the high quality photos. They can also expend a little bit of marketing money towards you, and you'll also get in return from losing nothing at all, just showcasing a skill that you've developed completely for free in helping out another business. In trying and learning different skill sets, you're gonna realize there are some things that you really don't like doing. There are some things that you realize, okay, this was actually a lot easier. And you may also even get to a point like I did where I realized, hey, running these ads isn't really that hard. I think I can do it for other businesses. I think I can teach someone else to do it. And boom, at that point, if you have clients and you're ready to go, you've just started an agency. So I've had a dropshipping business. I've had an agency that was cash flowing. I had a social media marketing agency. I've done a lot of different businesses. I've talked about it on this channel, even consulting, even getting paid from some of these huge companies to come in and chime in and just give them a little bit of my thoughts and some strategy. And all this literally just started from information that I was getting from the internet. So do that and take action, because the next thing you want to do in this day of age is to start investing. Wow. I mean, look, guys, the markets right now, they are shot. We are not just talking about crypto. We're not talking about stocks. We're talking about everything. The car market is collapsing. The watch market is collapsing. I even heard like comic books are starting to pull back, and the whole Pokemon craze we had going on. Things are relaxing back in price, and we've even seen Bitcoin drop nearly over 70%. If you decided to invest and you decided to go shopping and you've had the mindset of investing within the market over the course of 3 to 5 years, I can almost guarantee through my non-financial advice, through the investment of most major assets, you will be up on your money. You will be glad that you invested during these times when things are still sliding a bit down. Now, I'm a strong believer that we will be seeing much higher highs than we did before. It might take a little bit of time, but we are not going to be in the same situation where the market just continues to go down and down and down. We talk so much about cycles, how we have bull cycles, we have bear cycles. It's like peanut butter and jelly. It just happens. It comes and goes. It sticks. You need one to have the other. But at the end of the day, we're going to continue to grow. I don't know PB&J, now that I'm just thinking maybe that wasn't the best analogy, but hopefully some of y'all understand what I mean. Aren't able to make money. If it keeps going down, you can at least tax loss harvest for the future, or you can learn a lesson. As an example, like in the previous bull market, I got over ambitious. I was investing, what was it, like 300 to 500K into some NFT projects, the top ones. Obviously right now the whole market has dipped. Even within NFTs, I'm not complaining because the floor price of them have still been holding, like my Bored Ape that I bought. There are investments that I've made, which now I'm looking at, it's like, maybe I should have been a bit more conservative, but huge lessons were learned. It made me really value and appreciate the dollar. And in addition to that, there were some investments that I made, like my restaurant, which is actually one of the best choices that I made because right now it's cash flowing positive. I'm seeing a check come in every single month and it is doing very, very well. When we talk about investments, it doesn't need to just be crypto or stocks. You can also find yourself investing into things like real estate without having to put your entire portfolio or your entire house on the line in order to buy more property. There are websites and fintech companies such as Fundrise that exist, which is not sponsored, but it allows you to crowdfund real estate so you can still get diversification within your portfolio, grow the money that you have without having to take those huge risks too. These sources weren't available 5 to 10 years ago. These are things that are coming about now, but I'm telling you, people are seeing returns, people are seeing money come back. So this is gonna be that wake-up call. Invest, find different things, and make sure that you have money set aside so that when the dip comes, or if it continues to dip, that you're able to take action and priority within that market. So the next part of this system is to find a side hustle. Find a side hustle that one day overtake your main source of income. I know during a recession, things can get scary. It's because a lot of people are either hating their jobs, or they wanna find a new job, or maybe they're getting laid off, or maybe you're trying to be in a situation where you can improve the income because your main job just isn't cutting it. By being able to find different ventures, by trying out new side hustles, and even adding an additional $100 per week, that really adds up. That is what will allow you to invest and to take action into other businesses and ventures. Now, there are a ton of side hustles that exist nowadays. You can even do things such as doing Uber Eats delivery. You can go about walking dogs and make money, or you can even think outside of the box. Right now, we're in the winter season. There are gonna be some driveways that need shoveling. This was one of my favorite ways to make money in high school, where, legally you can't work, and I had to find a side hustle to make a couple $100s in cash. You can find ways to scale it. If you can't do it during the winter, you can mow lawns during the summer or the spring. People will always have different tasks that they may not want to do. I'll make a full list on some of the best side hustles that I believe exist right now, because there are even tools where you don't have to do physical labor either. There are things such as AI tools where you don't need to have the brain, but as long as you're able to build the proper system, you can build these huge companies, all while doing better work than if you had a team of over 20 people with AI. I made a video on this. It didn't get that much attention, but this is going to continue to grow. This is going to continue to develop because AI is truly, truly remarkable. I've been testing it out within our own business, and I've been seeing the power of it. Man, it just saves a lot of time, and boy, does it do a good job. So when we're talking about AI, I'm talking about it being able to write certain content, being able to market, advertise, create different businesses, create a full website, code different things. The side hustles that were once viable before, you can change it up now. Now, last but not least, out of all of this, you need to take action. Everything that I say in this video, ladies and gents, none of it means anything unless you choose to take action. We can talk about the top 5, the top 10, the top 20 best side hustles, but there's really only one really, really absolute, amazing, elite. Should I just keep going, or nah? The best side hustle is actually no side hustle at all. I know it sounds crazy. Brian, what is this hocus pocus? That's because even if you have all the knowledge on every side hustle and the one that can make you the best amount of money for where you live and for what you do, it doesn't matter unless you take action. So after watching this video, most of you guys are gonna go back into binge watching other videos on YouTube, or you're gonna just chillax, maybe watch a show on Netflix. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all are gonna go play video games. Regardless, please just take the information that I said today. Realize that it is possible. This means if you're trying to grow your social media, if you're trying to come out with a blog, if you're trying to do all these things that that you can do in order to start moving forward and accomplishing your dreams and goals, don't keep putting it on the back burner. All this takes is just one step at a time, a little bit of consistency, and you'll see in no time just how fast the ball starts rolling, the momentum starts going, and before you know it, you've accomplished things that you never would have dreamed possible. So that is going to be my video right there. That is the formula of success. Take action, educate, learn a skill, adapt to it, find a side hustle, and invest. By doing those 4 things and taking action, I believe that you will be able to find success within the next 3 to 5 years, and you'll come out abundantly ahead. Now, if you guys did enjoy today's video, be sure to drop a like down below. Follow me over on Instagram and Twitter if you haven't done so already. This is day 2 of monetizing the dog. He needs to pay rent. So we would appreciate if you guys continue to follow along on this journey. More than that, we would appreciate it if you guys took action. Have an amazing, blessed day, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.